Okay, now we're gonna make the mouthpiece. We're gonna start by making a chain. Okay, you make a knot. This is just my habit of making a knot. Once you have a knot, you chain 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So once you have a chain 13, you go to the second chain from the hook. This is the hook. This is the first stitch. This is the second stitch. You go to the second stitch from the hook, and we start to do single crochet. So we're gonna do single crochet in the next 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. By the time you have 11 single crochet, you will reach the last stitch here. In this last stitch, you do an increase. Make sure you poke your hook here so that you have 2 strands on top and 1 strand at the bottom. You do increase. Increase means 2 single crochet into the same stitch. So that's 1, and now 2 single crochet into the same stitch. So once I make 2 single crochet into the same stitch, I kind of turn my work. Now I'm going to do single crochet in the next 10 stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. Wait. Let me get this right first. After this, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I have 10 single crochet here. After this 10 single crochet, I'm going to do an increase. Increase means 2 single crochet into this the tip here. So 2 single crochet or increase. So now we're going to slip stitch to the next, and we're gonna chain 1. Wait, let me see again. Oops. Okay, sorry, here this is the last stitch. Do increase here and gonna slip stitch to the first stitch here and chain 1. This is the first starting stitch, so you're gonna chain 1. So after we chain 1, we're gonna do increase. In this stitch we're gonna do increase. Increase means 2 single crochet into the same stitch. Then after this increase, I'm gonna do single crochet in the next 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and by the time you did 10 stitches, you will have come to this turning here. Here we're gonna do 3 increase here. 1, 2, 3, 3 increase. One increase, 2 increase, 3 increase. Oops. Okay, 3 increase. So this turning here we have 3 increase. So after this 3 increase, I'm gonna do single crochet into the next 10 stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So after this 10 single crochet in the next 10, we're going to do 2 increase. We did 1 in the starting, so now got 2 more. So this is 1 increase. Oops. And this is the second increase. I'm gonna slip stitch to the first one here. And I'm gonna chain 1. So now I'm going to do 1 single crochet and 1 increase. After this single crochet and increase, I'm going to do a single crochet in the next 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. By the time you reach 10, you should be at the turning here. So the turning here, we're going to do 3 sets of single crochet increase, single crochet increase, single crochet increase. So I'm going to do single crochet increase. You do 3 sets of it. Single crochet increase, single crochet increase. Okay, and after this I'm going to do single crochet in the next 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So after this 10 single crochet, we're going to do 2 sets of single crochet increase. Single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase. And we're going to come back here, so we're going to slip stitch to the next one here. Oops, it's too tight. Let me do that again. Slip stitch, chain 1. So now I'm gonna do 5 single crochet in the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and gonna do a 2 together. And then we're gonna do single crochet in the next 2, and we're gonna do a 2 together. And we're gonna do single crochet in the next 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After this single crochet in the next 7, we're going to do an increase. Increase means 2 single crochet into the same stitch, and then we're going to do single crochet in the next 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So after this 16, I'm going to do increase, just 1 increase. And you're going to do single crochet in the next 2. And this is how the mouth would look like. So you're gonna slip stitch to the next, chain 1, and make sure you leave a long tail for sewing. So you're gonna sew this onto the head. Okay, I've sewed this part here before I add any stuffing. It's easier to sew. All you need is just to sew around here and here, same, just sew around here. And these eyes I've just added here. I have not added the stopper yet. I'm gonna add later on. I'm just checking to see if it's the right spot. So depending whether you have eyes like this or you have those that stick on, the eyes should be around here, closer to the middle. You should have more gap here than here and here, because later we're gonna add the mouth here. The mouth will be exactly here, and the nose will be exactly in the middle here before we make the mouth here. So for this mouth part, I would have to add few more rows before I can add this. but for the ear I can stitch it now. I prefer to stitch it now when there's no stuffing. And when you stitch this to the head, its ear is kind of spread out. It's not those tiny ears, it's kind of open up. So you go to the magic ring part, just about one row away from the magic ring, just above this eye is that's the spot for the ear. So I'm going to show you how I stitch this ear without showing this purple on the front part here. See, there's no, you can't see, and I did not use any blue yarn. I mean, if you do not know how to do this, you can actually leave some blue tail to sew the blue part and purple to sew the purple part. I leave quite a long tail just in case I might need it. So normally what I do is I just place it here and see roughly where the ear should be. I just poke it here. Okay, I think this is the spot. Poke it here and make one stitch here, and you just take a look and see if this is the right spot. If you think this is the right spot, then you continue to sew. If not, at least now when you open up, it's only 2 stitch, only these 2 stitch. So if this is the right spot, pull tight, see whether it's too much to the front or the back. Okay, so it's somewhere here, that should be about right. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the blue part here first. Here I'm gonna make a stitch way back inside the same stitch again. Make sure when you stitch you do not interfere with this, because we are still gonna go make a few more rows. So now for the blue part here, you come up here and you take the yarn underneath. It's like take the front loop. There's 2 loop here, not a V shape. You take the front loop and you go back to the front loop and you poke into another hole, another space. And when you pull tight, it's inside actually. So now while you are stitching, do not pull too tight yet, because you still want to see where is the front loop. Later when I'm done with the whole row, I'm gonna pull tight. One more row here, go to the front loop here, go to the front loop here. So the blue part here, I'm not going to do so many rounds. I'm going to do more rounds on the purple part to secure it. Okay, now you pull tight and you cannot see any purple stitch. Then now you can continue with the back. The back you can actually stitch just about anywhere. Okay, you do one here. Normally I'll follow back all this line so that it looks more natural. It looks like just another single crochet. Then when you poke up from here, you see, you take one strand from the ear Means you poke through once on the ear and once on the head. Just make a few rough stitches, and later you make 2 more rows or 3 more rows, and be very secure. So that you can try, can you lift it up with just the ear? What will happen? Will it move? I mean, will it shake or will it come up? Okay. I'll just leave all this tail here first. I might need it, I'm not sure. So you go to the next stitch, poke it inside. If your yarn is this long, just be very careful. So some of the stitches you can actually come here. Let me show you. The bottom here, and you go up here, follow the line, this line, you come up here and poke all the way into the head and bring it out the other side. But here, make sure you do not pull too tight. And the ear does not have stuffing. Okay, so here same thing. You just poke it up here. You can go from here, the top. Instead of going down, you can go on top and poke it down all the way into the head. So make sure it still look like single crochet, and make sure you do not interfere with all this. And you make few more stitches. So you just follow the line. When you come up here, this is actually the ear, and this is the head part. And go up here and poke it into the head. So it's always come out from inside the ear. Okay, so you just check around and see if there's any opening, see if it's secured. I mean, can you pick it up with just one ear? Does it like feel like it's gonna drop? Okay, so the tail, I can just tie a knot. So now I'm going to seal the eye. Okay, for this eye, it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's about 8 stitch away from the magic ring. Because I find that if it's too high, then you cannot see this purple part. In fact, I think it's a little bit. It's a little bit out. And it doesn't really matter because once you add stuffing, it kind of plump up like this. So now I'm gonna add stopper for the eye. So the eye should be more to the middle. You make sure here have more. The gap here is longer than the gap here. I guess that's about right. Okay, so once you're satisfied with where it should be, let me get a stopper. Let's see if I can lock it because it's kind of thick. I might have to add a bit of glue this time because it's just too thick. Yeah, it's too thick. So this time around I think I'm gonna add glue. Maybe I'm gonna add glue here, around here, and let it dry. Because it's too thick, I could not add stopper. Okay, for once I have to use glue. Let me go get some powerful glue. Some glues that can stay on, that lasts longer. And now for the mouthpiece, I need to sew some blusher. And let's leave this aside. I'm gonna glue the eye. So you get some pink yarn. Any type of pink yarn. The blusher should be around these two corners, the turning point. Just see where your I'll just leave this tail so that I can tie it to the I can tie the knot, the tail with another tail later on. Let's see if this is okay. Somewhere here. Make one more. That's the blush. If you want, you can have it thicker. You can make 3 rows. Maybe here, poke it in another spot. Okay. And you use your finger to smear it a bit. Since there's a few ply yarn. And then you move on to the other side. Make sure you have one on the left, one on the right. Make sure it's about the same length. Okay, so I did 3 there, 3 lines, so I'm gonna do 3 lines here as well. So this one, poke it in another spot. There. So at least it's easier to sew now than to sew later on because it's. But as for the nose, I can't do it now because I'm not sure where I'm gonna place the nose set. I have to sew later on. So here you just cut the yarn and tie a knot. And leave it inside. Just leave it inside here. So when you sew, you need to add a bit of stuffing to plump up this mouth part here. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the next part. Okay, I've had the ear attached nicely. So now I'm gonna continue with the last 3 rows. I've added glue. It's kind of difficult to add the glue because this is white part. It gets dirty easily, so I had a hard time putting on the glue. I have to be really careful. And part of this I got some glue on top, so it's no longer shining, no longer shiny. Nah, it's okay. Now we're going to go to row 19. Row 19, I'm going to do 2 single crochet followed by a decrease. So this 1, 2, and you do a 2 together, and another, oh sorry, there's no 2, just 2 and decrease. 2 single crochet, decrease, you do 8 sets of it, and by the time you come back here you should have 24 stitches. Okay, now row 20, we're going to do 1 single crochet followed by a 2 together, 1 single crochet, 2 together. Let me add a marker on the first stitch. So you're going to do 8 sets of it, and by the time you come back here you should have 16 stitches. Okay, now this last row we're going to do 2 together for 8 sets. You just do 2 together all the way. So this is my first set. Up to you whether you want to seal this hole. Anyway, even if you do not seal, we're gonna attach it to the body. The body has a hole too, or you can just leave it like this. So 8 sets of it. Okay, so now the hole is like this. Still have space to add my add safety nose and all that, because I still need to add my safety nose here, and I need to sew the mouth. So here I'm going to go to the next stitch, just do a slip stitch and chain 1, just pull tight. I'm not gonna leave a long tail because I already have a long tail on the body for sewing. So this one I just tie to any of the, just tie to any of the tail that I can find inside here. So now I'm going to sew the mouthpiece here. Make sure all these are tucked in when you sew. Okay, it should cover the mouth this much. I think I will make a few stitches here first at the nose, sew the mouth part here before I add stuffing and continue to sew on. Because when I sew this, I need to add stuffing here, inside here, so I might as well add stuffing here. But before I add stuffing here, I need to add a nose here. Okay, let's sew this first. I'm gonna bring this up here. Just bring it up here. I just want to know, I just need to make a few stitches to make it stay in that spot. It's not easy to sew this when it's not plumb up yet, so you have to make very sure this is in the middle. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. Yep, this is the middle. This should go higher, somewhere near the eye. So once I get this right, I'll just make one stitch into the head. Make 1 or 2 stitches in the head first, so that you kind of hold it in place, and you check and see this is the right spot. Yep, this is about right. Continue to make few more stitches here. Or you can use pin to hold it down, but it's kind of thick. Okay, it should be right under the eye. Okay, let me go over this side. I need to cover this part here. Oops. Let me see, it should be here. Okay, make a few stitches just to see if this is the right spot. Yeah, it should be the right spot. Make one stitch here. Near the eye is the critical part because it's very thick. Do not pull too tight. If not, it might show here. I still have the hole here, so I'll come up here, and then this side where I should poke it. So that's why before stuffing it's way easier, but then because this goes down, it's kind of difficult to. I plan to sew just around here first, get the nose done, sew the mouth, then add stuffing, then continue to sew the bottom part, and it's easier that way. So now just make a few more stitches here. I just want to make sure it's in the right spot. You put your finger inside here to kind of keep track where your needle should come out. And you check and see when it's the next stitch. Next stitch is here, so the following should be here. So this one have to go stitch by stitch because it's kind of thick. Not sure if I have enough yarn. Anyway, you can get some independent yarn later on to continue sewing. Okay, so I have this part here secured. So roughly it's gonna be like this. Here I'm gonna sew this way, and I'm gonna plump it up a bit when I add stuffing. I'm gonna plump it up a bit so that the mouth part here is kind of bulging. So now, most important is to add the nose. Got a nose here. It's a safety nose. Okay, let me see. It should be somewhere here. Yep, right in the middle here. So I'm going to add a lock. This particular nose I can add a lock because it's at a spot where it's not too thick. You can still add a lock. Okay, it's nicely locked. So the nose will be here. Okay. And I'll need some black yarn for the smiley mouth here. I'll come back to you once I could get some black yarn. Okay, I got myself some black yarn. It should come out here, right under the nose. I'm gonna leave this tail here so that I can tie it to somewhere later on. Or maybe I should tie it now. And let me see. Because the hole is very small now, so it's difficult to find a tail. Okay, I've tied a knot with one of the tail inside, so it's secured. So now I can pull as much as I want. It might not look like anything now because I haven't plumbed it up yet. Okay. If you think that the safety nose is kind of difficult because it's kind of thick here, you can actually sew a nose, which means you have to sew a triangle here. Okay, the mouth should be until the eye here. Okay, let me see. Okay, should be here. So since I have not sealed it yet, I can just go underneath so that it won't be that thick. So let me check and see at which point should it curl. Maybe it should just curl a bit. If it's here, then it's gonna start to curl here. Okay, that's about right. So it's gonna look like this. You go back to the same stitch here, maybe make one more into the next stitch and see if it would be better. Okay, should we pull this down like this or just leave it? It's supposed to go this way. If I do not have this, it will go this way. If I have this, at least it will go this way, right? So okay, I think I should have this. I will just add one more stitch here, and I should come back up here because I need to make another one here. And remember, we're just only sewing this part. I didn't go inside, all the way inside here. It's just on this piece. Then it won't be that thick. Okay, then you should have one more here over this side. Pull a bit. You can pull from the back because you have to pull one by one. Pull this, and this. Okay. And here you have to kind of shape it a bit. Now, does it look? It look like a chipmunk? Okay, next is supposed to come down here and go up here. So follow this line here. Follow this line here. Should be 1, 2, 3 here, and here. Let's try. Is it the same? Make one stitch here because we have not tied a knot or anything. You can still remove it if you're not satisfied. And one more on the next stitch, like kind of pull it down a bit. And you see if it's okay. I think this is the best I can do. So it should look like this. This is the, yep, this is the nearest I can get to the actual cartoon character. Okay, so once I'm satisfied with this, I will just you can just tie a knot with the balance yarn that you have inside here, and then cut the yarn. Oops. And now I'll start to sew all around here. Make sure it's not like flat, it's supposed to go up a bit because I'm gonna add stuffing. So I will add stuffing as it when I go along. The bottom here, you're gonna stick it to the head, the neck, so it doesn't really matter if your stitches is not so nice here. Okay, let's see. Is it plumb up enough? go sideways. Okay, let me add a bit of a stuffing just to plumb it up to see how the head would look like before it's too late. Now is the time to see if there's anything I miss out. I have the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the blush, the ear. Okay, now it's just to assemble the mouth and the head. So you plumb this up first and check again to see if the mouth is going sideways. Yeah, I think it is going sideways. Maybe I should remove some of the stitches here until I have plumbed it up. That's why first round we are just like a rough stitch, so you don't have to make so many stitches around it, just one or two random stitch here, and take a look and see if it's the right spot. If it's in the right spot, don't forget to add stuffing here as well. That is as when we sew, we're gonna add a bit and a bit, and make sure the stuffing goes to the corner here, because chipmunk has kind of plumb up cheek here. So make sure your stuffing goes this corner and this corner, and this is to hide it inside here. So I hope roughly you get the idea. I'll come back to you once this is nicely sealed, and I'll show you how I'm going to attach it onto the body. So remember to add stuffing here and here so that the cheek will kind of plumb up. Okay, I've assembled it. I've added stuffing inside here, and I just want to inform you that I've removed the blusher here and go way higher here. It was here just now, so now I move higher because it's supposed to be next to the lips. So I add stuffing here so you can actually shape it around. And now just to attach it to the body. The body, I already have the the long tail. So let me move it to the front and make one stitch. You can also stitch the white part as well. It doesn't really matter because it's at the bottom, you can't see. Just make one stitch and see if this is the right spot. If this is the right spot, then you continue to sew all around. For those who wish to stop watching from now on, thank you for watching. Yes. And hope you subscribe to my channel. The subscribe button is at this corner, and I'll have lots more, and I'm gonna do the whole set of BT21. There's still one more Mang with the mask on, and Chimmy want to say hi. This is Chimmy. Chimmy's hood can actually come off. You can either place it like this with the hood off, which means it doesn't have an ear, or you can put back the hood. You can still shape it around in case. And I just love this. It really make it look like a real hood that we wear. So I'll come back to you once I have this nicely assembled. And for those who want to stop watching from now, thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next pose. So this is how the end look like. So besides this head, I also make another head. The body is the same, only the head is different. One is with a mask, one is without. So do check both of them out. I hope you like doing some of these. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. The subscribe button is at this corner, and I'll see you in my next post.